Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, and I'm here with Mike Kelly. How you doing this morning?
I'm Mike Kelly here with Ed Parcaut. I'm doing great.
And this is Real Estate Jerky Daily. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you for listening to it. We really appreciate you.
And if you're
just listening normal live, we really appreciate you.
Yeah, we really appreciate that too, because it means you're up and you're working and you're doing things.
Yeah. All right. So,
and if you're listening to Joe Biden quit,
well, let's just move on from that, because it's a nightmare that's going to happen forever.
I once had a horse.
Yeah.
It bucked me off.
He's always got to make it about himself.
Yeah.
But some people would say Trump did the same thing. But, at least he had good policies.
At least his policies did something.
Yeah. Well, their policies do something too. It's just unfortunately the way. Yeah. No, it does. But it's just not the way that our country really wants it. That's like somebody saying you don't have morals. Everybody has morals. They're just different than your morals.
Some are
moral. All right, so big news today. There was only one thing, if you remember from yesterday, existing home sales.
Right.
What do you think they did?
They fell.
They came in not as strong as they thought.
Wow.
Only came in up. They fell 2.2% in July to seasonally adjust their annual rate of 4.7 million.
0.7 million.
Yeah, whatever that is. But guess what?
What?
Economists were expecting 4.15 million. So the market's like rallying a little bit today. We're up 2 basis points.
Oh,
well, we were down 30, so that's not too bad. So if you look at in July of 2022, home sales have down 16.6%. What a number we could use to say how bad the housing market is if we were news reporters. It's a horrible time to buy because the sales are down. That's not what it's saying. It's saying there's not enough existing inventory out there. And that's
what about the median?
We're not there yet.
Oh, good. I want to hear about that.
No, you don't. All right. And sales activity for the month of July is the lowest level since the Great Recession of 2010.
Oh,
that just means there's less houses on the market that are being sold right now.
I thought 2010 was a not so great recession.
No, that one it was actually it was a depression, but they decided to change the definition of it during that administration, just like they changed the definition of what Biden did forever.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're not negative against this. I'm sure if we had somebody else in the office and they were doing the dumb things like this, a Republican, we would complain about them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Yeah. Existing home sales fell lower in January of this year than we are now. So it can always get better than this. What I'm saying, in January, we were lower than this. We were only at 4 million.
that 07, that's that 70,000 or 700,000.
Yeah.
We didn't sell in January.
Probably 70,000.
Yeah.
It's 70,000.
It's a 0.0. Yeah.
I did the 4070000. Just thought I'd help you out there. Median price is for existing home sales was 406,700. It's up 1.9% from a year ago.
That must mean your home value is improving.
No, it just means that's what's being sold. Home prices peaked in June of 2022, and a median price sold of 413,800. Now, this is nationwide, people.
Nationwide, yeah.
So what does this mean? Not a damn thing. It just means there's less houses on the market, and lower price homes are selling because people can't afford the mortgage.
Higher price homes. Because
if you in 2020 went out and put 20% down on a property, you could afford a $732,000 home for $2,500 a month as a principal and interest payment. Today, it's $430,000 for the same principal and interest payment. That's the difference. Why people are buying lower price homes, because they can't afford that big home like they thought they wanted. The biggest things we're seeing right now is the West is doing the best out of everybody.
That's could be a song. The West is doing the best.
The West has faded but the Northeast is the best. No, I don't know what to sing.
West,
all right,
faded in the Northeast.
Well, yeah, sales grew in the West, but faded in the Northeast. I'll just move on.
Wow.
We're
gonna bring that banjo in.
Yeah. All right. So what is that saying? Sales are happening in our area, California, Oregon, and Washington. I don't know who'd want to move to Washington with that.
Is Newsom still? Did he get salesperson of the year for U-Haul again?
No, not this year.
Okay.
Yeah, Biden won that one.
Oh,
But the problem, they don't know where to go anymore.
U-Haul doesn't go international.
Well, Hawaii is a different country according to Biden.
Is it?
Yeah, according to Biden, it's a.
Oh.
But I mess with Marshall all the time and say it is.
We should tell him it's Ukraine, and then maybe he'd send some money over there.
Well, that's what they're saying. If they could match the same thing he gets from Ukraine, that they would get more money.
You mean if Hawaii, the state of Hawaii,
match what he gets from Ukraine?
What
Yes.
he gets, Biden gets.
Oh, I'm sorry, the big guy. Whatever the big guy gets.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what do you do from here going forward? Because there's not a ton of
Shrinkage.
news. Oh, did I miss that part?
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is, further down. All right. So I'm going to get into that, but yeah, we'll get into that. So George Costanza, if you remember that, I was in the water. All right. So the biggest problem is we've had retailers show the losses, and they're being slammed, saying that their earnings are down. And the biggest reason is shoplifting. You look at many retailers, Walmart, Target Corp, the earnings seasons are down, but the biggest problem is shrinkage.
Right.
And the shrinkage used to mean just damaged goods and stuff, but now it's really shoplifting. And the problem is it's done by organized gangs.
Yeah.
And it's just becoming such a problem out there.
And they know they're not going to get in trouble.
Well, they're not going to get caught or anything going to happen to them because it's a misdemeanor.
Well,
because they keep it under a certain dollar amount, so it's nobody comes after them.
They'll make it to a TikTok or a
right. Well, they'll have enough of them to where they can take $950 out in California and not have to worry about being arrested.
Right.
But that's just our area. Yeah. So it's costing the sector billions of dollars each year. If you look at last year, the National Retail Federation reported that industry shrank amount to $94.5 billion in 2021, up from $90.8 billion in 2020. So when I was selling years and years ago, when I first got out of the Navy, I ended up working for the exchange system. I would sell to them a product, a computer, and it's a whole new story. They stated if they closed down their electronic department, they actually would be profitable because of the shrinkage that they had. And this is on a base that if you get caught, it's a federal offense.
Right.
It's not just
because you're in the Army now.
Well, that was the Navy.
I know.
I'm not in the Army now.
But they don't sing you're in the Navy now, do they?
It's a different song. So if you look at, they saw a 26.5 increase in organized retail crime incidents in 2021. They haven't looked at 22 yet. And what's happening in 23. 8 out of 10 retailers are surveyed are reporting that violence and aggression associated with organized retail crime has increased. That's just really sad.
Yeah.
That you can't just go out. So I know we're reaching for news, but I just thought we'd do some more news.
But what does that speak to? That speaks to an increased amount of money you spend on every good.
Yes.
Due to shrinkage.
So now you have inflation.
Yep.
And then they got to charge more for the goods to offset the numbers. And so we're paying more for it. So when people said that's a victimless crime, no, we're the victims of that crime.
Yeah, you dumbass.
All right. So what should you do as a mortgage person or real estate agent or anybody who's having issues? Focus on the next 2023. To focus on what you can control, which is what you do. Meaning call, communicate, get back to people, set up stuff, just start creating those relationships. There's a lot of people who in our industry who are going, okay, I'm going to go get another job for now because I can't make it, which is okay. That's nothing against them, but that just means it's an opening for the rest of us who this is our career and we want to build our more agents. And if you're an agent out there and you need a good loan officer or mortgage advisor, I'm actually looking for a few more people on my team. So be part of my team. All right. Tom Ferry says the smart agents stop complaining about the market. So, Mike, why are you still complaining about the market?
I don't complain about the market. The smart agents just have their head down. They're doing what they need to do. They're doing the thinking outside the box that I talked about a week ago. They're calling canceled listings. They're calling expired listings. They're calling withdrawn listings, which is the same as a canceled listing. They're, listings that just for some reason or another they didn't sell back then.
Right.
Could have been a life event, could have been anything else. But the smart agents are looking at those things, not just waiting for something to pop up on the MLS as a new listing. And the competition is very great there.
You need to go to everybody, direct your farm, your neighborhood.
The flippers are driving neighborhoods and they're looking for the crappiest house in a fairly nice neighborhood. And they're not afraid to knock on the door. Hey, you think about selling a house? Well, I would love to sell this house, but I don't own it. Okay. Well, who's it? Then you investigate who the owner is.
I have one next to me. Can someone do that, please? Because
I'll come knock on the door.
It's just as bad as our
front yard. Will you knock on my door?
All right. Three's Company.
Yep. you just got to do the things we did when the market was similar to this in the 90s.
Actually, do the things you're supposed to do day
All
in
the
and day
time,
out.
yeah.
And we got away from it because we were low hanging fruit. We were like, oh, I sold a house for 80,000 over asking, and
One day on the market
in
and you're
3
bragging about
hours.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we could get, and please, no offense, but at that point in time, a monkey could have done it. Just like they're within reason.
Actually,
you know what I
a
mean?
couple of monkeys did. I saw them. I think I had a transaction with one of them.
Right. I'm just saying it's different. It's back to basics. There's no longer low-lying fruit. Oh, actually, I take it back. You get a listing, it's a low-lying fruit these days.
Yep.
But to get that listing, you're in competition. You need to build up to be your authority in your neighborhood.
Yeah, especially if that listing is in the 3s or 4s.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the authority. So
Yeah.
what I've done is been on radio for 5 years. I have a book. I've been on a documentary. You're now on radio. You're on these lives with me.
I have a book, but it's your book.
That's funny.
Yeah,
all right. I'm just saying there's so much more you can do. And now with these new AIs that I just came across to help me cut up video and do other stuff with, anybody can. There's no reason not to do video, because for most people, you can post one thing a week and you'll be above everybody else. But you should be posting once a day. This can cut up so much on a weekend. You do it real quick, you probably have enough content for the next 2 weeks.
And tell me later what the one you're using right now, because you're liking that one, right?
Yeah. And then, because they're making a lot of change to it.
Right.
But before I forget, since we're just talking, the rest of this week, we got Wednesday mortgage applications, new home sales. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
And Jackson Hole. So I can't
Symposium.
say. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thursday, durable good orders and initial jobless claims.
I like the.
Are we really going to move the market with those?
No.
Yes, Wednesday we could with the Jackson Hole thing. However, because that's that one that has billions, $100 billion in shorts on the 10-year, that could cause it to have a short squeeze, and then we're going to see a thing from it. But
what's a short squeeze?
A short squeeze is when you hug a short person,
yeah,
like I do my wife. Yeah, you squeeze them real hard, and you tell them you love them. It can affect the long bond. I mean, the 10-year note, which will give it the yield will go down, which means rates would go down for a short period. But we're not talking like 2% or 1%. We're talking just a little bit, but we don't know how much that's going to be. It could be 100 basis points, which could be a quarter in interest rates. We don't know any of that. We don't know if it's happening now. We don't know when it's happening, but it will happen at one point in the future.
Boy, if we did know those things, wouldn't we be cool?
We'd have a crystal ball and we wouldn't be here.
Right. Well, we probably would be, but we just wouldn't say anything.
Well, no. Well, if you look at what's happening, like with the commercial market, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily in our areas, but if you go back to BlackRocks and those other organizations that are so huge right now buying properties, made their money in the late 80s, in the 90s, when it was that S&L crisis. They came in and bought all those properties.
Saturday Night Live price.
No, that savings and loan.
Savings and loan, yeah.
The issue, because back then the Saturday Night Live was good. The crisis is now.
Yeah.
But the issue is that's how BlackRocks were created, and a few of the larger corporations that own everything and control a lot. And I don't want to get conspiracy theory, but they have their hands in almost everything. But they made their money from buying those properties. Just like right now with the commercial coming, there's going to be some commercial that's going to go back to the bank. There's going to be some apartment buildings. There's going to be, I just saw something that went to the bank. It was a whole apartment complex went back to the bank. Those are you're going to come in, people are going to buy those. It's opportunities for people who can do a syndication, which is get a bunch of people together and with money and buy things. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the syndication that you think of when you're talking about organized crime.
Right. Similar, but legal. I read about syndications when I was studying for my real estate license in 1989.
Really? They were illegal back then.
Yep. Hey, 1205 Edgewood Court. I'm going to put it out here real quick. $699 reduced to 2733 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Great property, big property, built-in pool. Take a look. All
right, go back there, because you said $699, a reduced 2,400 square feet. How did you get rid of the square feet?
I didn't. It's 2733 square feet, and
the price was reduced.
Price was reduced from $735 to $699.
Just want you to clarify. So do it again, real quick.
I think we got banged in the backside by a buyer who did not follow through. Got scared of something. I don't know what.
Rate.
Well, sold. Offered $750, 3 days on the market. We accepted $750. Backs out. And we had 2 other potentials. They walked away. Don't know what's going on. I'm kind of feeling like I can't sell property right now. I'm kind of feeling bad.
Are you guys offering any money for incentive to buy the rate down?
Well, we would, but you can't come in at 600 and ask for 20 grand.
You can't?
No,
How
I'm
about
sorry.
601?
How that won't work either. Actually, the funny thing is it actually appraised for 750 as well, as is in its present condition. So, and I know appraisal is just a man or a woman's opinion that day.
Opinion what happened.
And I'm going to tell you, the comps are there. It's a great neighborhood.
I just think it's just so I think over the next couple of months, they're going to see a little bit more of a lag in people. Properties are going to sell, but they're not going to sell as fast because you got less people who can afford. I have so many people call me right now and they go, well, we want to buy. What do we need to do buy? I go, well, okay, what do you make an hour? $18.50.
Yeah.
What's your husband? He makes $25 an hour. Those days were 3 years ago when we had lower price homes in half and rates were low.
Well, where do you want to live?
Well, even Tuolumne County, because that one right now, a $400,000 home, we talk about that's $3,200 a month, but everything.
Exactly.
In Tuolumne County, if you include certain insurance and stuff, because that fire insurance is expensive,
throws your payment way up.
Well, instead of so if 300,000, right, instead of 400,000, it's going to be 2,700 a month, and they're going, wow, I can rent for this. It goes back to our statement yesterday when you have to get back to the basics of understanding why you're buying. It's an investment and long term. No longer is it, oh, it's cheaper than renting. Let's just do it. What the heck? You have to get back to why you're buying and what's important. What that means though is then less people will be in competition to you because of that. Now is the perfect time to buy, as we keep saying, because there's less competition, but a lot of people want to wait until that whole group of runners catch them.
Yeah, we had this bubble January, February, beginning of the year, and then it went away in March, April, May, June. Now it's back. So, and the other thing I need is a place I can put not a cabinet shop.
I said a cat.
A cat. I need a place where I can put a cat. I know where you can put a cat.
Yeah.
Sandwich shop. I got a guy that's going to buy an existing sandwich shop, but does not like the location it's in. Would like to move the location.
It's not the one on Orangeburg, is it?
It
by
is
the
not
gas
the one
station.
on Orangeburg, by the gas station.
I always thought when they put that in there, that was the front for something else.
So you commercial
they never see anybody in there
out there. If you've got something, let me know.
Where are they looking?
They're looking kind of all over Modesto. If they stay on the west side of Modesto, they'll keep the name of the sandwich shop. If they do not, they'll probably rebrand everything. Great sandwich shop. I mean, sandwich shop been in the business forever, still is. I can remember buying sandwiches there when I was 17.
Not a sandwich, but a sandwich.
No, these were sandwiches. They were real meat sandwiches and so delicious. And
do they have fake meat sandwiches now?
They do some places.
Yeah. Like Spam and stuff like that.
Vegan.
Oh,
there's
a good place. Is that place still in business right there on the corner of
Vegan? There's a
vegan place that was right
right over here.
Yeah, I wonder if that's. I
think it's still in business.
I thought I heard something was closing, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that's going to probably be popping up over the next few months. So.
Patrick posted a thing this morning that said vegan ribs are delicious. It's just hard to catch them.
Yeah, it's like my wife. When we did paleo, there was this one chicken we made. I'm like, that's really good on buns, though.
Yeah, defeats paleo, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like, it's really good with a bun.
Yeah. I make a rib sandwich.
All right, we had fun today. All right, make it a great day. Again, not a lot of news out there. Stop waiting. Don't focus on what's happening now. Focus on in the next 4 months. Do what you need to do to get through. Go back to the basics. And most people ask, what are the basics? The stuff that you know what you need to do day in and day out that you don't do. Focus on that.
There are some agents out there that were plopped in the middle of a very active market with no coaching whatsoever, and they could sell property left and right. Their brokers still don't know how to educate them. They're probably a little bit smaller office. They don't have the wherewithal or the gumption to be able to teach their agents the basics, and maybe they never learned the basics. So
yeah, well, it's not that difficult, but you start using every agent out there. You better be using AI, because AI is not going to put you out of business, but an agent with AI will put you out of business.
Yeah,
you saw that too, huh?
I did.
Okay,
I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Make it a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Mike.
Today is Wednesday. Thanks, Ed.
No, it's not. It's Tuesday, but nice try.
Oh, crap.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
I was really hoping for Wednesday.
Well, you go to sleep and you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be Wednesday. All right, everybody, make it a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your listening to here on the podcast. And we'll be back tomorrow.
High school.